Hi everyone, I'm sorry that it's taken me a little while to film this video, but after a few suggestions and a few messages popping up in my inbox, I've decided to make this video about taking time out from education / university or work even for medical reasons such as mental health. And yeah, because I've had quite a few people approach me and ask me about how I'm dealing with being home from university and having to take time out and what I'm doing with my time and things. So I thought it would be quite a good thing to make a video about, because it seems like there are quite a few people out there who are sadly in the same position as me or in a similar position and are having to deal with coming back home or taking time out from what they're used to. Okay, right, so number one, okay, I'm doing this very serious. No, I'm not. Okay, the first thing that you need to know is that it's okay. That's the main message I want to get across in this video, is that it's okay to take time out for yourself. You haven't done anything wrong, or you haven't done anything wrong. It's not your fault that that you're in this position, but you have to deal with it in the right way for you. There is no right or wrong way, but you have to do what's right for you, and it's different for everyone. So it's kind of hard to say exactly what you should be feeling, because everyone's going to feel different about the situation. But you have to remember that it's okay. It's okay not to be following the plan that you've always had all your life, or going with what society says. Like, I often think that society kind of bullies us into this path that we're made to think that is completely right and exactly what we should do. That's going to school and getting good GCSEs, going straight to college or sixth form and getting A levels, and then going straight on to university. That's what society makes us think it's all about, and makes us think is the right thing to do. But the thing is that there is no right way. That's just what some people end up doing. Some people don't go to university, and that's fine. That's just not for them. And for some people, A levels aren't for them, and that's also fine. Like, you've got to follow what you want to do and listen to yourself. Like, when I was told that I had to take a third year over my A levels, I thought that the world was literally ending around me. Like, everything that I'd ever believed in and thought about and knew was suddenly disintegrating, and it was horrible, because society has painted this perfect picture of how you're supposed to go through life. Like, you get free education, you go to university, you do really well at uni, and you go straight into a job and you get happy, and that's not life. Life doesn't happen like that. Life can be a bit of a at times, and it's hard to deal with that. And like, I had to watch all my classmates finishing college, and I had to watch them go off to uni and start new lives and move away, and yeah, that was really difficult, and I had to deal with it, and I did, and I'm still here today, aren't I? Like, yes, I'm taking a different path to everyone else, but that doesn't mean that I've done anything wrong. It just means that I needed a little more time. It means that I needed to take things a bit slower, and that's okay. That's something you've really got to tell yourself. It's okay, because it is. There's no right or wrong way that you should be going through life. Life is what you make of it, and life is what you want from it. Like, it sucks, okay? Okay, I admit it. It sucks. But you've got to deal with what life's given you, because there's no point moaning and being all sad about it and thinking, oh, poor me, I'm home from uni, and not doing anything about it, because you can't do anything about it. And you've got to just go, okay, I'm home, I've got X months or X weeks, what am I going to do with myself? What's going to be different? And you've got to make things different. That's the thing. Screw society. Screw what everyone tells you is the right thing to do. This is your life, and you've got some time now to really put yourself first. And that's a really important thing right now. This time is for you. Yes, you. You've got to take out time for you. You. Okay? Yeah? I know. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. No, I don't. God, I'm such a weirdo. Yeah, so, right. So, on to the next bit. Because that was slightly awkward. You have got to make sure you've got a plan. I think that's really key, is that you've got to make sure you have planned out how you're going to use the time that you've got before you go back to work or university or whatever. So I'd say think about your goal. What's your ultimate goal for the next few months? So for me, my goal is to be able to go to university in September, October time. And then you've got to think about the time period you've got until then. So I've got 9.5 months-ish, give or take, depending on when uni starts, whichever uni I end up at. And then you've got to say, right, so how do I make sure I reach my goal? So are there any conditions attached? So for me, I know that because I'm on medical leave from university, I have got to have medical clearance before I go back to uni, which means that I've got to be at a healthy weight and be maintaining that healthy weight before I can go back. And I think that's really important if you're suffering from an eating disorder before you go back to uni, is to get yourself to a place where you will be able to cope back at uni, because obviously you're going to move out again, and you've got to be in a place where you're medically stable, but also you've got to be dealing okay with things, because uni's hard for anyone, let alone if you're struggling with an eating disorder at the same time. So you've got to think about those goals that you've got to reach in the time period that you've got, and you've got to draw up a bit of a plan. So say you need to reach a weight or whatever, or have medical clearance, then you've got to make that a goal, and you've got to say, right, okay, so if I'm here today, and I've got to get over there, how am I going to get there? And you've got to work out that plan. So that's really important, because failing to plan is planning to fail, okay? We got this. Okay, so you need that plan, but have a real good think about your goal. That's what I say, because you've got to ask yourself, do you want to go back to the same course, the same uni? Do you want to change? Do you want to go back to university at all, or is it just not for you? Because uni isn't for everyone. Some people just don't get on with uni, and that's okay. So I'd say definitely take some time out to ask yourself what your goal is, because going to uni taught me a lot, and coming home gave me the opportunity to sit down and really think about what I wanted from life. How do I explain it? Okay. So coming home, I was able to sit down with myself and say, right, okay, what do I want to do with my life? Truly, what do I want to do? And do you know what? I want to help people. That's something that I have a huge passion for, is helping other people. I'm not sure how I want that in my career, but I know that for me that is a passion. And maybe studying a maths and philosophy degree, although I'm good at those subjects, I don't think it's going to get me to where I want to be, because maybe I was that girl that wanted to end up in banking or finance or business, but I don't think that's me anymore. I want to be able to help and give back to society in some way, and my heart doesn't lie in banking anymore. It's still a door that I'm not going to let close, because maybe one day it might be something good for me to do, but right now that doesn't my heart isn't in that. So you've really got to ask yourself what you want to do. And I know that's difficult because there are so many courses and degrees and jobs out there that it's sometimes overwhelming to think about what you want to do. But try and have a little word with yourself and see whether you're doing the courses for the right reasons. Like, don't just go back because you think it's what you should do or what your parents want you to do or what society tells you is right or your friend is doing X and Y and so then you think that you should be doing that as well. Like, no. You've got to be in it for yourself because at the end of the day, you're paying £9,000 a year tuition fees as well as living costs and things. And if you don't want to be there, then why are you there? Like, you've got to ask yourself that. Are you happy? Because that's the most important thing, is whether you're happy or not. Like, there's no point being at university, struggling through, thinking, oh, I really hate this, and not liking it at all, because that's just, that's silly. Then why are you there? Why are you doing that degree? Why are you putting yourself through this when, in fact, you want to be doing a foundation art degree, art course, or you want to be, I don't know, if you want to go and do a caring course at college or something. Like, if you don't want to be at uni and you're not finding it fun or good or you're not enjoying it, then why are you there? Okay, just try and have a think about that over the next few days, because it's really important to try and think about what you want and not what other people want from you or what you think you should be doing. Because at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong. This is your life and you get to make the calls, not other people. And if they think that they can in your life, then you should not be spending time with them. Like, no, that's not okay. It's not okay to control someone else's life. That's just not okay. Yeah, so plan. Make a plan of where you want to get to and how you're going to get there. Yeah, that's where you should start. Yeah, that's a good place to go. Okay, right, I'll move on. Right, so you're suddenly home and you've now got a few months ahead of you and you think, oh, what on earth do I do with my life? Like, there's suddenly nothing to do and you're at home, and that's not good mentally to stay inside all the time and shut yourself off from the world. So you've got to try and think about what you're going to do in the meantime and how you're going to approach this. So first of all, I think maybe you should think about some hobbies or craft, or like things that you used to do or enjoy, and things like I used to like doing crafts and things. So I'm going to try and get those back in. Like, I do want to learn to knit again because I'm a little sad old lady. So I want to try and do that. And it's about taking time out to rediscover things that you like to do and what you want to do over time. So maybe try and make a list of some things that you want to do that you haven't necessarily made time for over the past few months or years or something like that. Reading's a good one. I know that I'm going to try and read more. I'm going to try and put in 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, if I want to read a book or an article or something like that, because I enjoy reading, and yes, I still find it difficult to concentrate, but that's okay. It's part of the journey. You're going to get there, but it's going to take some time. Maybe you should think about whether you want to do a tiny bit of studying in the meantime to keep up to date with your course or to keep your brain ticking. Like, I'm probably am still going to do the short university course, hopefully. I need to sort that out actually, to make sure that my brain's still okay with studying, because I don't want to just lose it all. No, I'm not. I just need something to focus on and have a little goal to aim towards. Okay, so that's more kind of asking yourself a few things, and then maybe you could consider like volunteering. I know lots of places are always asking for volunteers, whether that be the old people's home down the road or the animal protection place or colleges, schools, charity shops. So many places will be looking for volunteers. You've just got to ask. So maybe do a bit of research into what is around in your area and what you could do, and see if there's a morning or two a week that you can go and help out doing something, because that'll give you a sense of achievement, or it'll give you something to do and focus on, and it'll get you out the house, and it'll keep you going and keep you moving, and just a change of scenery is always good. Yeah, so maybe think about volunteering. Perhaps think about a part-time job, and I say part-time here because this time's for you, but I understand that having a part-time job might be helpful. Like, I'm hopefully gonna get back to 2 days a week maybe at the cafe where I used to work, because it really, going to earn your own money and getting out and socialising is a really important thing to do. Obviously it is going to be quite you're going to use up a lot of energy, so you've got to make sure you plan for that. But getting out is a good thing, and I've actually been encouraged to try and get back to something and get myself out of the house, because I find that I can get trapped up in the house for a few days and not leave, and that's never good. It's getting a bit dark, isn't it? I might turn the light on, so do excuse me. Is that better? Yeah, right. Sorry about that. So, oh look, it's... Oh, I should have turned the light on at the beginning. Oh well, sorry. Right, you could also think about seeing family. Like, are there any family in the local area? Like, I go and see my nan quite a lot because I like spending time with my nan. She's a bit crazy at times, but yeah, it's nice to be able to get out and take someone for a coffee. It makes them feel good, and it makes you feel good. Like, I don't know, there's something about going to Costa and having a coffee and just having a chat and just talking about things that's kind of nice. So yeah, maybe see if there's a few family around that you could that you could spend some time with, or go and see and help out, or like if your nan needs some help with painting her living room, you can go and help her paint her living room. Like, that'll be a day or two just doing a bit of painting. Like, I know Dad and I are going to be painting our conservatory soon, so that'll be a nice thing to look forward to, because it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Yeah, so try and think about a few things that you can fill your time with. So we've got hobbies, like reading, crafty bits, hobbies, studying if you want to, and only if you want to, volunteering in the local area, and maybe look for a part-time job. I'd say 2 days a week, 3 days if you can, but try not to overdo it, because I know that I do that a lot. Make sure you're getting some support if you need it. Like, if you think that you're going to need a bit more support mentally, then it's okay to go to your GP and ask for a referral and say, look, I've come home from university and I'm struggling a bit to move forwards. Would you mind making a referral to the local mental health team for me? That's perfectly okay to do, and your GP will support you through that, because that's what your GP is there for. He or she is there to help you get into the services around you and help look after you and make sure that you're okay. So I really wouldn't hesitate to go and make a GP appointment to let them know what's going on. And, well, you might need to re-register for your GP if you've been up at uni, but just to keep contact and to make sure that you're going to get some support if you need it. Like, if you need to, like, it's sometimes helpful to say, okay, I'm going to be checking in with X every 2 weeks, just to make just to see how I am and if I'm coping okay, or if I need to come up with a new plan, but I can't quite do it myself. So they can help you write that plan, or help you write that plan and help you stick to it. So yeah, make sure you're getting support or help, whatever it is that you need, and talk to your family. I think that's really important, is talk to the people that you're living with and let them know what's going on and how you want to move forwards, or what your plan is. They can't help you if you don't tell them, and that's something that I struggle with a lot. We have to remember, our parents aren't mind readers. They're not gonna know what we're thinking, and they worry. Okay, they do. It's in their nature. They love you for who you are, and they just want to see you happy and healthy. Okay, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And if they can support you through that, whatever way it is, then they will, because they love you. And even if that's, okay, take my dad for example, like, he doesn't get what I'm going through, but he still cares. Like, he'll still ask me before he goes, like this morning he was going to go shopping, because he usually goes on a Saturday, but Mum wants her car cleaned and things tomorrow, so he's taking it somewhere else. But he was going shopping. He was like, do you want me to get you anything? Is there anything I need to get you? And that's his way of helping me, is to do the food shopping now and again. Like, he knows some of the, like, I can ask him for regular things. Like, I was like, oh, thank you. And I made a little list. I said, okay, I think we're low on vegetables. We could get some apples. And then I was like, oh, could you get a packet of biscuits? Yeah, I wrote that on the list today for the first time, and bless him, he brought back some biscuits for me, and some Micados, and some. I did ask for Snacker Jacks, and he brought home some cheese ones. They don't. But it's fine, bless him. That's how he helps me. Is he does a bit of shopping, and he sometimes takes me to appointments if I don't feel I can drive there, or he comes with me and sits around, doesn't ask any questions when I get back in the car, and we just go off. Like, they do whatever they can to help. Like, my dad comes home, like, my dad's retired, and we have lunch together every day. Like, we have a late lunch, we sit down, I do some of the crossword, and he just sits there, has his sandwich, and we just talk about a few things, or we're silent, and that's okay with both of us. It's kind of what they can do to help, and that's really important, because they can often feel helpless in the situation, especially if you've come home and they're having to deal with the changes as well. It's important that you try and talk to them about what's going on. So yeah, that comes to my next point, which is let people in. Don't shut off from the world. You haven't done anything wrong, and you have nothing to be ashamed of. It's okay. Like, honestly, it's okay to not be okay sometimes, and it's okay to take some time out, and it's okay to do things for yourself. Like, it's okay to have one day a week where you have a pajama party with yourself and your cats or dogs or pets or anything, and you just watch films. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's perfect even. Like, you just need to take some time out for yourself. And sometimes that means you've got to let others in order to help you, because no one's asking you to do this by yourself, okay? That's something you've got to remember. It's okay. Like, people want to support you through this. You don't have to go through it alone. So just let them know. Just don't shut anyone out, because that's an easy thing to do, and it's easy to isolate yourself, and it's easy to shut off from the world, but that's not what you need right now. You need to kind of let them in and let them know what's going on, and yeah, they can help. They can. They may not feel like they're doing much, but they can, and it's good to have other people around sometimes, Okay, right, yeah, that brings me to my final point on my little list here that I made earlier, and it's point 6. It's okay, because it is. Like, things might feel worse now, but things are gonna get better, and you're gonna get to your goals. But it may just take a little more time than you originally thought it would. But that's okay. And I really want you to know that it is okay. Like, it really is. And I know I'm saying like a lot, but it's okay. You are going to be okay, but you need to get through this time now, and you need to plan for it. Okay? It's going to be okay, I promise. Like, you just need to stick with it, and I'm sure you all know what you need to do. Okay? It's going to be tough, and it's going to hurt, and some days it's going to feel worse than others. But soon those dark days will begin to lessen, and each day will feel a little more manageable. It takes time, but no one said it was going to be a quick fix or an easy thing to do. But it will be okay. In the end, it will be okay. You're going to get there, and you're going to achieve wonderful things. Don't ever, ever doubt yourself, okay? I'm going to love you and leave you, because I've now talked for a good 26 minutes, which is quite impressive. So I just want to say good luck. Good luck with your year. Like, oh, it's not even a year now, it's a couple of months if you've taken time out from uni. Just try to take some time out for yourself. Do what's right for you, not what you think you should, not what you think other people think you should do. This time is for you, and it's important that you take time for yourself, because you are important. That's the thing. You are important in this world, and you matter, like, so much. So I wish you all the best, and all the love and luck and hugs in the world are being sent to you. Yeah, so take care of yourselves. It's gonna be okay. It is.